Hello there and welcome. This is Unplug and it is brought to you by every NG. Thank you so much for joining today. Unplug is that show that gives you all the updates about everything that it is you need to know in the world of entertainment, news, politics, whatever it is that is going on. Unplug supplies you with the latest updates, and that's what we're here for again today. It's Monday and it's the beginning of the new work week. So during the weekend there were protests, and as planned or not as planned, a lot went down, and we'll be letting you know what exactly happened during the weekend with the Occupy Lekki protest and the people that are talking about it. All right. Before then, let's talk about entertainment. Apart from the protest during the weekend, it was Valentine's as well, and it was love here and there being shared, being spread, and the ozone ship from BBNaija season 5 lockdown, Ozo and Nengi. Well, they both gifted each other stuff, but also took to his Instagram story to share the gifts that he received from Nengi. And to be honest, this entire show of love really warmed many hearts. Now, also received gifts from Nengi that from Remy Martin, really big name, big brand, and of course must have cost a lot of money. So it's good to see that perhaps that ship is maybe sailing. We do not know exactly what is going on, but the fact that they exchange gifts means they're really cool. We don't know what's going to happen next, but anyways, we will see. So from me to you, it's happy Valentine's Day, well, belatedly this time around. All right. Now let's talk about other BBNaija season 5 housemates. This time, V and Katrina. Katrina this time was talking about the protest that went down on Saturday, and a lot of people were not really happy with what she said. She talked about the fact that basically it was like she was undermining the efforts of the protesters, I beg your pardon, to demand for their rights and all of that. Well, that did not sit well with V, and she replied and essentially was saying Katrina should stop chasing clouds, at least not with something as sensitive as peaceful protests. She really went for her, really attacked Katrina on that one. And a spin-off from that now took place with V and somebody who was like on Twitter replying to her tweet and saying something like V thinks she is blunt or this and that. Now because hand never touch her, used words like that. And Neo rushed to the defense of his girlfriend. Yes, of course, we told you before that they're dating now. He rushed to her defense. He was like, oh, really? You want to touch her face? Be like, say you don't want to use that your hand again. I'm like, ooh, wow, I like this. So Neo is really out there standing up for his woman, and you cannot just attack V without going through Neo. All right, so this is a lesson for you. If you think you want to come for V some other time, maybe you should just think twice about it. All right, now let's talk Don Jazzy. Don Jazzy has revealed something quite interesting about himself and his personality. He was in an interview with Nancy Isime, and he revealed why he cannot be committed to one woman. I don't know, maybe commitment is too deep a word to use, but he just cannot stay with one woman. According to him, he can be just attracted to anybody per time. I mean, he cannot sustain attraction to one person for such a long time. I mean, there's so many people in the world, about 7 billion. Today I'm attracted to one person, and the next day I might see somebody else that I'm more attracted to than the person I was attracted to yesterday. But then it keeps me wondering. He has been attracted to Rihanna for a long time, and despite the fact that she has not really given him face, how come he's still attracted? Maybe he's attracted to the chase, but who knows? But that is Don Jazzy for you. Now you know that about him, but why he's not yet married or with a particular girlfriend just yet. All right. Now talking about girlfriends and loving up and all of that, DJ Cuppy and Fireboy shared some quite surprising photos during Valentine's season, and it was DJ Cuppy who tweeted these photos, and they were looking all loved up in bathrobes together. Was looking kind of strange. Who would have thought DJ Cuppy and Fireboy in that kind of position? I never even knew that maybe they had some kind of relationship or anything. But people are asking questions. Perhaps the goal of that picture is to make people wonder, to make people ask questions. Maybe we're going to see some other kind of reveal. We do not know just yet. But that is that about DJ Cuppy and Fireboy. Now, a lot of interesting things happened this weekend. It was packed. And something blew Twitter, like blew it into shreds. And it was a lady who shared that she claimed that a man sent her money, and not just money, but 90 million naira. Not 9 million, 90 million naira from one man. And she captioned it with something like, "I don't deserve this man. I know if I said it, some of you will not believe, so I had to show proof." And of course, she dropped a picture of the credit alert, 90 million naira. Now, a lot of people are saying, this is not real. Please, which man is just going to send you 90 million naira just like that? Who are you? Who is the man? Well, whatever it is, I do not know. I really cannot say whether that was real or not. But then, what we saw was a 90 million naira alert. I was talking to somebody and she was like, if I receive 90 million naira alert, I'll go to the bank because I don't want to get into trouble. Okay, that is that. Now, let's talk Mr. Macaroni and the protest that happened on Saturday. Now, it was a lot. People gathered for the Occupy Lekki protest to say, now is not the right time to say you want to reopen the toll gates. Justice has not been served. There are so many people who deserve justice and they have not gotten this justice after what happened last year in October. And do you think the next right thing to do is to open the toll gates? So they went to protest that, and Mr. Macaroni joined them. But he and all the others, about 39 or 38 other people, were rounded up by the police. They were arrested, they were stripped, they were beaten, according to Mr. Macaroni. And eventually, after his release was secured, he made a video and explained everything that happened, how they were beaten, and he just called out to everybody to stand for their rights, that it's very important, that don't let all this intimidation get to you. But Mr. Macaroni is safe. He still tweeted this morning and said that he's still receiving treatment, but he is okay. Now, DJ Switch, of course, has been a big factor in this whole ENDSARS protest thing, and she's currently not in Nigeria. She's somewhere else now, but she has always been a major voice, especially on Twitter. And throughout Saturday, she was constantly tweeting and lending her support to the protests that were going on in Nigeria. But then she said something in particular, that she plans to reveal something on the 17th of this month. Now, the interpretation of that tweet is somewhat confusing. Some people are saying something is happening on the 17th, and that is what we're going to see on the 17th. Other people are saying that she has just chosen the 17th to reveal what has already been happening. But whatever it is, we just have to wait for the 17th to know what DJ Switch has in store for us. Alright, so there you have it, Sorosuke generation. And while all that was going on, something terrible was happening in the eastern part of the country, in Oyo State, Ibadan. A particular market, Shasha market, was just thrown into serious pandemonium. There was serious destruction and carnage as Hausa youths and Yoruba youths clashed in the market. And according to reports, that clash started because of a misunderstanding between a pregnant woman and a Hausa man. And eventually somebody tried to intervene and he was hit and he died the following day. And the youths just took to the streets, destroyed the market, scattered everything. You can see from the pictures, it was carnage. Look at foodstuff everywhere. And you're wondering, wow, why this? Why do we have to fight ourselves now? This is not the right time. We have bigger fish to fry. But now normalcy has been restored and they're looking into resolving whatever issues are going on in that part of the country. All right. Now, away from Nigeria for a bit, let's talk Nicki Minaj. And it's not exactly positive news. It is really sad news as she lost her father in a hit and run accident. Her father was just crossing the road and he was hit by someone and the person took off. Now, investigations have begun into the issue. The man who was driving the car. The person who was driving is being searched for right now. And of course, you cannot even begin to imagine how this has affected Nicki Minaj. But we hope that soon enough, justice can be served for the death of her father. All right, and let's quickly wrap this up with sports, where during the weekend, Manchester United faltered in their title bid. Of course, they have been behind Manchester City on the EPL log, but they recorded their second consecutive draw against West Brom, and this perhaps has completely derailed their title hopes. Now, they might have even lost that match were it not for Bruno Fernandes, who scored an equalizing goal. Performance was not really good, and the coach, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, has said that Man United are not just going to let Manchester City run away with the title. He's probably demanding for a response from his players and the entire team. Well, there you have it. That is all we have for you on Unplug for today. Thank you so much for joining. It's a pleasure as always. Don't forget, this is still every NG. We have so much more for you on this particular channel. All right. Until next time, my name is Victor, and goodbye.